who is engaging the most on this live. So I need to see who you are. So make sure you're granting eCam access live. Welcome, welcome. Let me know where you're joining from. I have my comments here, and I have our special guest in my green room. I'm so excited to bring her on today and to really let her shine her brilliance. You're going to love this talk today. Yes, I see a bunch of people joining. Awesome. Okay, so I'm also approving people as they come into the group, so don't mind me. Okay, awesome. I see Jennifer. Yes. Welcome, Jennifer. Awesome. Cool. So we'll get started in a couple minutes here. And like I said, make sure that you're granting my software, eCam Live, access so that I can see who's commenting, because I'm going to be giving away a little prize. I'm going to be sending one of these babies out to the person who comments the most or who engages the most. I might do some other fun surprises since it's Giving Tuesday. Yes. Oh my gosh, look at all the people joining and all the love and all the hearts that we're getting. I love it. Okay, awesome. So if you're watching on YouTube, because I'm going to be posting this to YouTube, make sure that you give my channel a like, subscribe. If you're not subscribed, go to, I'll post a link actually in the comments. Stay here with me now, but I'll post a link in the comments for you to subscribe to my YouTube channel later, because I'm going to be putting all of these recordings, or my assistant will be putting all the recordings onto YouTube. Okay. So before I bring on our very special guest for the day, I wanted to just speak to how this came through and what the purpose of this show really is, especially since it's the first episode. I really want to just give you a context for the bigger vision of this movement in pharmacy. And I really believe that pharmacists are healers, and you were probably drawn to this profession because you want to help your clients and your patients heal. Yes, I see you, Jennifer. Thank you so much for the love in the comments. I love it. Thank you for being here. And thank you all for being here with us. So, the bigger vision of this movement is that I want to see more healers, more pharmacists, more nurses, doctors being activated into sharing your gifts, to monetizing your knowledge, and to unlocking your power. And when I say the word power, I mean operating from your heart. And so this book that, our special guest is also an author in, and I'll highlight her in a minute. This book came to me as a download in a meditation back in May. And the premise of it really is to show what's possible when you move beyond the counter into entrepreneurship. So there are so many things that I'm going to be bringing to these healers in healthcare to the show that I really want to push out there and really have this be a movement in our profession, because I was actually just looking at statistics today, and 310,000 pharmacists practicing in the United States, and all of the studies that have been done have not really captured pharmacist entrepreneurship. So 50% of pharmacists work in retail, 26% work in healthcare facilities, and 17% are kind of miscellaneous or working in mail order doctor offices and different things like that. I want entrepreneurship to be at the forefront of our future healthcare, because I know that all of you watching and the guests that I'm bringing on are leaders, are women and men in this industry that are meant to help your patients heal. So we're looking at, I see so many pharmacists doing, functional medicine and pharmacogenomics, really helping your clients to heal and be precise with the medications that they are being prescribed. And I love that. And I really want to bring that to the forefront of what we're doing and where healthcare is going. So just some quick ways that you can support this movement. Share this group with your friends. If you know a nurse, a physician assistant, a massage therapist, anybody in healthcare, I want to spread this mission far and wide. And I am not the only one in this movement. There are many others, and my unique contribution is that I want to push this out there. I want more entrepreneurship opportunities available to students and pharmacists, and to help you unlock your gifts, because I know that you're brilliant and I know you have so much to give. And so that's really what the purpose of this whole show is about. It's kind of an offset of, this was kind of the beginning, right? The Moving Beyond the Counter book was really the beginning of it. And now this is how I plan on really bringing on experts like Dr. Lauren Castle, who I'm going to bring on in a quick second here, to show you what's possible, to allow you to know, oh, look, Lauren did it. Oh, look, this other person did it. Oh, look, there's 19 other people in this book that were able to move beyond the counter and use their skills, use their gifts. And that's really what I want for you. So, yes, so if you're just joining in honor of Giving Tuesday, I'm going to be raffling off a book. So I'm going to send whoever is the most engaging on this live, I'm going to be sending you a book, and I might also do, since it's the very first episode, I might do some other raffles at the end. So give me some love, give Lauren some love. I'm so excited to have Lauren. I just want to speak to Lauren's, just how incredible this woman is. I've known Lauren for 5 years, and I really didn't. You're so generous. Yay, Jennifer! I have a feeling you're gonna win the book. I love it. Lauren, before I bring her on, I just want to speak to how much I deeply admire her for. She's an industry leader, and I've told her this, and I really believe this, that she is one of the leaders that is really championing for pharmacists to practice functional medicine with integrity and to scale a business that really serves from a heart-centered approach. I believe that she is an industry leader and really someone who is only going to expand her reach and her impact in this world. So I'm just going to read a quick introduction of her, and then I'm going to bring her on. So Dr. Lauren Castle is the founder and CEO of Functional Medicine Pharmacists Alliance, Functional Medicine Pharmacists Alliance, FMPhA.org, the first association representing pharmacists in functional medicine. I love that. In addition to her role as CEO of FMPhA, Lauren maintains a part-time functional medicine practice in 2 settings, as a consultant pharmacist with the PharmToTable Team and as a staff pharmacist with Walmart. Lauren completed her Doctor of Pharmacy from Ohio Northern University in 2013, has a Master of Science in Human Nutrition and Functional Medicine, and became an applied functional medicine practitioner through the School of Applied Functional Medicine in 2022. I'm sure there's plenty more. We're just scratching the surface here. So without further ado, I want to bring her on, and let's see if this works, because you're my first guest. All right, let's see, test this out. Welcome. Can you?
Hi.
Awesome, perfect. I also have, which is really cool, use echo cancellation, so that's on, so there's no echo. Awesome. You're getting a lot of love here. We got 17 hearts, Lauren. I love
I,
it. So if you want to just give a quick introduction or whatever you want to share with our audience here.
sure. I am super honored to be here with Christina to launch this show with her. I think it's amazing that she is bringing together all of these different healers, like she said, right? Because truly, I think pharmacy is starting to shift, and we need to see each other and see the possibilities that are out there in order to start to believe it, right? Because a
Mm.
lot of times as pharmacists, we are pretty skeptical. And sometimes the best evidence is being able to see someone as an example of, like, that's what I want to do. So I'm just super honored to be here today and to talk about functional medicine.
Oh, absolutely. And I of course pulled the page in the book. So this is, Lauren's page in the book.
Yep.
Several pages here, and I just wanted to share that because yeah, it's amazing. You were mentioned in like 4 books this year. You're officially a badass. So yeah, I'm so excited to have you on here, and I love what you said. It's really, being able to see, yes, this is possible. I want to go connect with Lauren. I want to start my own functional medicine practice in 2023. If that is you, she's the girl to go to. And I can vouch for that. Meeting her in person, I'm like, oh my gosh, I love her. She's so, down to earth, friendly, warm, just somebody that I'm happy to be like, yes, go to Lauren, refer people to you. Absolutely.
I so appreciate that. And yeah, it was really magical to be part of this book, because I know whenever I first saw you were putting out, applications for people to be part of the Moving Beyond the Counter book. And I actually had been thinking about starting to write my story and
Yeah.
possibly putting out a book. But it was one of those things that I was just like, I don't have time. I can't do this. I'm not ready. And so I felt really called to be part of this group of women and to finally share my story, because I think a lot of people have only seen bits and pieces
Yeah.
of who I am, what I do, and it was time to really just put it all together and explain from start to finish what it is that I do,
Mm,
because I think that's another really big misconception within functional medicine, is that there's just this one way to practice it, and that you have to start your own business and you have to launch a virtual practice and see patients all over the world and run all of these lab tests and do all of these supplements and all this stuff. That I think that's where a lot of pharmacists are like, wait a second, what is this exactly? Do I actually want to do this? Am I even allowed to do this? Is this in my scope of practice? And I think for me, that was part of why I wanted to start sharing, you know, that there's so many ways to start a functional medicine practice or to integrate it into your existing practice.
right.
And like you kind of shared in my bio, for me, like that looks like still practicing as a part-time pharmacist,
Right.
but being able to actually make that leap after I wrote my chapter. And then it was like it catapulted me to that next step, right? And like putting it out there that like this is what I'm doing, this is my goal, this is what I'm moving towards. And then that actually coming to fruition the very next month was
Wow.
really amazing. So it's
Yeah.
been quite the journey the last 5 years, but there's so much more that's in store.
Oh, absolutely. That's what I've told you this so many times. It's like this is just the beginning. Like I just see you blossoming and continuing to have your energy just all over the profession and really helping so many people. And I'm so excited to just continue to watch you flourish in that way. And, speaking about your story, I would love to tap into like what is your why? I know like that's a cliche thing in, when we're talking about entrepreneurship, but what is the driving force for what it is that inspires you to really make an impact?
For me, it really started out in a personal journey. I didn't necessarily know anything about functional medicine up until a flyer showed up on my doorstep, and basically it was from this integrative wellness center, and it was had all these different symptoms that matched up with what my husband was struggling with back in 2015. And it was kind of like fate, because if that wouldn't have shown up on my doorstep, I don't know that I would have ever found this path and this calling. But we took that flyer and I sent him to this wellness center and started researching what functional medicine was. And within 3 weeks of starting an elimination diet, doing some different tests, we were able to figure out that all of the things I thought I was doing to help him were basically making him worse, right?
Mm, yeah.
Because we were only taught so much. And, you know, things like skim milk or whole wheat bread that we think is healthy could actually be the root cause of someone's inflammation. And so that was the
Hmm.
key for us. And once I saw how well he was able to feel, and I was sort of just following along, with these dietary changes to be supportive, not because I thought I felt bad, but then I actually started feeling better. And I didn't even know that I didn't feel amazing,
Right.
right? And so that to me was sort of like the aha moment that I decided, okay, we don't even recognize or realize how bad we feel until we know what optimal health feels like. And every person deserves to be able to experience that. And for me personally, I've worked at Walmart for 12 years. And a big reason for that, actually, because the values there align with my why as well. because we're trying to make healthcare more affordable and more accessible for people. And so to me, it was really, how can we combine these philosophies of making things affordable and accessible, but then also giving people the opportunity to experience this optimal health? And how do we do this as pharmacists? Because we are still struggling as a profession with just dispensing a pill for every ill, as we like to say,
Yeah.
and knowing that we have so much more to offer, but we didn't learn these things in school necessarily. And so that was sort of what started this whole journey for me, is that I really wanted to teach other pharmacists about this and give everyone that chance to experience such an amazing change in their health.
Wow. Oh my gosh. What a powerful story of just, and by the way, you're such a great wife for just like standing by him and doing it with him. And yeah, that's dedication. And I love how passionate you are about just really, empowering other pharmacists to know, hey, there's another way. And usually it's kind of like this awakening, right? Like you said, it's that aha moment, and it often starts within ourselves or our own journey. Like the same with me, I had an eating disorder, two eating disorders, and I was like, all right, well, what they taught us in school doesn't make sense. So I don't understand what's happening in my body right now. So oftentimes, for me, it was a spiritual awakening of like, wow, this isn't workable. And, for me, it was more, with releasing the trauma and realizing how, like, helping people to heal in that way. And I feel like each pharmacist or each healer in healthcare has a unique mission. So like for you, the way that you're using your light and your gifts is to help empower pharmacists along this functional medicine journey, which is so incredible. And I want to hear a little bit more too about your organization. So what was it, 2015 it started?
Yeah, so 2015 was when I discovered functional medicine, and I knew right off the bat after I saw the dramatic change that we experienced in our health that this wasn't something I was just going to be like, oh, I'll learn a little bit about it. It was like, no, I am diving all the way into this. So for me personally, I ended up pursuing a master's degree in it, which I always caveat and say I don't recommend for most people. It's not necessary to practice functional medicine. But for me, I knew that my intention it was to teach other pharmacists about this and not necessarily just to work one-on-one with patients. So for me, that made sense. And so while I was studying, I started doing continuing education talks at Ohio Pharmacists Association, Michigan Pharmacists Association, and started connecting with more pharmacists that had gotten into functional medicine as well. People I went to school with, people that I met through other pharmacy organizations as a student all over the country. And I started to realize there was like this little network of a few of us that were getting into this space. And
You're getting
so,
so many hearts, by the way. It's like boom, 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 like all these hearts over here. I just want to read a couple of these comments. Lauren, we need to be friends. I can't see you. I don't know who you are. Yes, overwhelming. Had to get going. So grateful for you in this. I feel like you're telling my story. I have been passionate about functional medicine for 10 years, but never knew how to make it part of my career. Looks like you got some people who really need you out there. Yes, I love when people start to feel the benefits of being in optimal health. You're getting so many comments over here. I just had to share. Okay, go ahead.
but that was exactly it. It was like all of these different people that I was reconnecting with. And, together we sort of decided, like, okay, we need to all keep in touch. And so that was what started as just a Facebook group. It was just a functional medicine pharmacist Facebook group. I had a couple people in it, like 30 of us. Now there's over 3,000 pharmacists in the group.
Yeah.
And as I kept doing these talks, one thing that I would have new pharmacists come up to me and say is, well, where do I go to learn more about functional medicine as a pharmacist?
Mm-hmm.
And in my master's program, I had done training with the Institute for Functional Medicine. I had gone to their 5-day in-person AFMCP course. And I think there was 5 pharmacists in the room of over 200, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we were a tiny minority. And some of the teachings that talked about interdisciplinary care teams did not even mention a pharmacist, right? Like they had acupuncturists and dietitians and massage therapists and like every practitioner modality
Yeah.
on the planet. except for the pharmacist. So we went up and raised our hand and said, hey, you really need to consider the role of the pharmacist in the care team, because for most patients that are, these complex healthcare scenarios, they see their doctor and they see their pharmacist, and they see their pharmacist more than they see their doctor. So we're a really integral piece of this puzzle in figuring out how to make functional medicine more accessible to people. And thankfully, they were super open to that feedback, and we've actually since been able to continue working with them in the organization. So that essentially was the start, right? It was a Facebook group, and then another friend of mine actually was the one who encouraged me and said, you really should consider creating a business and actually starting an organization. And I was like, I have no idea how to start one organization. Like, I've been a part of many of them, and I truly believe in the advocacy work that organizations do. But like, who am I to
Yeah.
start a pharmacy organization? Like, there's already too many of them out there, you know? And at the end of the day, it just sort of became really apparent and evident that this was a need and
Yeah.
that someone needed to step up and do it. And so
And it was you.
the blog, right? Like a first little website that I made, it was like a free Weebly blog. And since then, again, it's like you take that first step in faith and knowing that there's a reason there and that there's a need, and you just build on it, right?
Yeah.
It didn't happen overnight. It's taken 5 years. And now we have this flourishing organization. There's over 200 pharmacist members, again, 3,000 pharmacists in the group. And we've got partnerships with groups like the Institute for Functional Medicine, the American Academy of Anti-Aging Medicine. We have multiple CE partners. And I'm really excited now because we'll be launching our first course in the beginning of January. So,
Wow. Is that our Black Friday deal that we got going on here?
that is.
Oh.
This is something else too. And a lot of you guys probably know Danielle Paradin. She was actually someone that I worked with as a coach in 2019 whenever I actually was working for Walmart still, and I had done a special project and actually was doing a functional medicine research project for Walmart, right? Like, people think that this is like fringe and out there. Like, no, the largest company in the world actually had me come and go to home office and do a project on how we would implement this with Walmart Health. So this is definitely the future of healthcare.
Yeah.
But at that time, I really was just trying to figure out, like, what is the purpose of this organization, right? It's like I started it, I knew there was this need, but yet I was struggling with, well, how do I make it valuable enough, right? Because people have only so much time and money and energy and resources that they are going to want to invest into something. And so, what is really going to set FMPHA apart and make it worthwhile for people, right? So, for me, that was where the original idea for the course came from. So, it's been another 2-3 years in the making of really combining all of these different resources to show people the way, right? Because
Yeah.
again, not one size fits all. There's so many different opportunities out there, and that's been the beauty of this group, is to get all of these different types of practitioners together so that we can really see all the ways you can implement this.
And you have a really active group, by the way. That Facebook group, people are asking questions, and I see you in there answering. I mean, you're the word that I heard before, the words were, you're a community builder, right? So like that went from 30 people to 3,000 more. I'm sure you're going to get a bunch of people from this group. They're going to be like, I'm going to that group too. But really, I mean, kudos to you for, I feel like what I want to highlight too, right? And a lot of the show is going to be about entrepreneurship. It's about being consistent. And you, like you said, you build a business. It's not like you click a button and like all of a sudden it appears. It's consistency and time and energy and investing in yourself and all of the things that you've done. And so I wanted to just highlight that for the people watching, because if you're new to entrepreneurship, or if you're looking to, step into functional medicine or health coaching or whatever that is, these are the things. Watch people like Lauren, who are success leaves clues. Watch and see what they do, and you can also often find, why they're successful. So just really celebrating you and everything that you're doing. And I would love to hear one of the questions that I had for you. Like, what is your biggest dream moving into 2023? If you could just dream big and put it out into the universe, what would that be for you?
Yeah. So my big goal for 2023 is that I want to more than double the membership inside of FMPHA. Like I said, we have about 200 members right now. I really want to get to 500 members. A big reason for that is when I first built the platform and we moved from our first website into an actual membership platform, I had this really grand vision to start state chapters because a lot of the questions that come up are around individual state laws. The challenge was once I built the chapters, only having a few members in there, you might only have one person in a forum, right? So that doesn't exactly work. So we need the volume of pharmacists working together to be able to actually build out these state chapters and these state forums. And there's a few states that are sort of already doing this sort of independently on their own. But we really want to be able to be the home base for everyone, right? So it's like this amazing resource that we can all build together
Yeah.
because I'm only one person, right? Like I don't claim to have all the answers to every state, but I know that if we all work together, we can really help to define this and shape this for the whole country.
Yeah.
So that's my big goal in 2023 is to be able to increase that membership and be able to really maximize our communication in those groups.
Boom, claim it. Yes, you have somebody who wants to be part of it in Florida.
Awesome.
You already have a bunch of people that are just ready to support this. That's awesome. So, anything else that you wanted to share before we close out here? This has been just an amazing interview and just really enlightening for me too. If anybody comes across my DMs or anything and they're asking about functional medicine, I'm going to send them your way 100%. Anything else that you wanted to share?
Yeah, I mean that's really the goal, right? And I tell people, I am not going to solve this functional medicine integration with pharmacy all by myself. It's going to take all of us working together, collaborating, showing the different ways of working and doing this. And so, one thing that I just wanted to share, especially for those people who are like, I want to get involved in this, where do I go? What do I
Yeah.
do? Like, I'm in. Um, we, again, have the membership and we've got 3 different membership options. That's something that I just recently brought back for Black Friday because some of the feedback that I got through a bunch of discovery calls that I did with over 30 pharmacists in the last couple months was that people are at different places on their journey, right? And
Yeah.
so for a while, we just had one membership option that was in conjunction with IFM. It was $375. That's the same price as what an IFM membership by itself is, but you got FMPHA included with that. And for some people, they said, well, that was great, but I did the one AFMCP course, use the 20% off discount that we negotiated with them, which you can't find anywhere else. But I'm good now. I don't need a membership anymore. So that was where we started to say, okay, how can we create a lower price point so that it is more affordable? So people can join for just $200 if they aren't in need of the IFM membership as well.
Hmm.
But for those people who know that they are truly in this for the long term, the best option right now is something that we just launched for a lifetime membership. So for $9.97, you can join. It's indefinite access, lifetime access. You'll always be a member. And for the next 2 days, we're offering our free course for the Functional Medicine Pharmacist Bootcamp. That's going to be launching in January. It'll run for 6 weeks, and we're going to basically walk you through all the steps of actually starting your functional medicine practice or a service, right? Because if you already have a business or you're already in maybe a physician's office and you just want to start offering functional medicine, what does that look like? So, how do you actually frame up what that vision is? Do the market analysis to understand how this is going to work in your particular area,
Hmm.
understand if you need additional professional training from a certification or not, understand the workflow and how to automate some of those things, whether it is supplements or electronic records and lab ordering. And then, of course, branding and marketing, because that's a big part of this.
Yeah.
I think pharmacists struggle with this very frequently. And so I actually spent a year away from being a pharmacist working for Walmart's social media marketing team. So this is a really big passion area of mine as well, that I'm excited to help teach others. So at the end of 6 weeks, you'll walk away with an actual business plan that you can literally take to a bank or a physician or your healthcare system that you work for and say, here's what we want to do, here's how we're going to implement it, and here's how we're going to make it profitable. So I'm super excited for this. And again, people that join right now during our lifetime membership option will actually get free access to this course that's normally $297 for members by itself.
Wow. I have a link that I'm going to drop in the comments. I can't do it from this screen, but I will give you my huge value. You're getting a lot of love here. Great interview. Thank you, Jasmine. I hope I'm saying your name right. Jasmine. Yeah, you're getting hearts, likes, loves, all this. Wow. People are loving this. Yes. And this is a need. Can't wait for January. Look at this. You're getting all these amazing comments. Lauren, your employer seems very supportive of your goals. That's awesome. Yes. Yeah, that's great. Okay, so I will be posting the link in the comments after I get off, or Lauren, if you want to do that, whenever you get off. And I'm going to continue on with our topic here. But how can people reach you? How do you want people to connect with you? Tell us all the ways.
You can find me everywhere. If you want to connect with me personally, it's at Dr. Lauren Castle on every single social media platform, including TikTok, where I have 10,000 followers over there. So other than that, FMPhA.org, and then FMPhA or Functional Medicine Pharmacists Alliance. We're also on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and of course, we have our Facebook group, Functional Medicine Pharmacists. So I can drop those links in the comments as well.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for that. Because like I said, I didn't realize I can't share it from this screen, but you have 51 hearts, girlfriend. People are loving this.
I appreciate you bringing me on.
Oh, absolutely. And what a way to kick off, the 2023. Definitely go check out this offer. Lauren will go drop some of the links in the comments below. And yeah, thank you so much. I'll be posting this to YouTube so you can share this out to your community too. And thank you so much for being the first guest on the Healers in Healthcare show.
I appreciate you.
Yes. All right. I'm Xing out on Lauren here. She did it herself. Okay. Awesome. Cool. All right. Now to our second half of the show. That was amazing. Lauren is great. Definitely go connect with her. Thank you so much. Yes. Okay, so for those of you staying on with me, and you're going to get the prizes at the end if you stay on the whole time. We're gonna dive into a lot of great stuff today. So, okay, so what I'm going to be talking about, we're kind of switching gears here to the live portion of what I want to be teaching each and every month. So I want to really focus on helping you to know how to monetize your gifts. Some of the personal development things that probably aren't talked about as much in some of these other, entrepreneurship courses. So I really want to speak to the things that everybody experiences, but no one really talks about. So today I want to talk about overcoming fears. I know this is present because I still experience this. And I'm going to tell you a quick story. I still experience fear. I'm not impervious to fear, but I have the tools, and I'm going to teach you something today that you can do to help neutralize fear so that you're able to take action on whatever it is, whether it's, going and signing up for Lauren's course or reaching out to that potential client, whatever that is. I really want to equip you with some of these tools today. So yeah, so many for kiddos starting the gut very early. Oh, there's like all these side conversations going on here. I love it. All right, make sure that you're granting me access to see your name. So at the top of this broadcast, click the link so that I can see when you're commenting, because right now it just says Facebook user. Okay, so today we're going to be talking about, overcoming fear. And I wanted to start with a story because this is something that again, we all experience fear. And I want to tell you how I worked my way through it and how you can do the same thing. So I was at Todd Urey's open house a couple of weeks ago. You all saw the pictures. And, he is just one of my dearest friends and I love him to death. You all know that. And he, all of a sudden, he's speaking, he has this microphone, and all of a sudden he calls me up. Like, there's a room full of people. The dean of WVU is there, all of these very accomplished people. And he's like, oh yeah, Christina, come talk. And I'm like, oh my God, like, what do I say? What do I do? So my heart's racing and I like blacked out. I don't even know what I said, but I experienced fear in that moment because it was like, I was put on the spot and I was like, what do I even say? Right. So I felt like I had marbles in my mouth. I don't even know if what I said made sense. Eric said I did okay. But all of that to say, I still experience fear. And at every next level of your business, whether you're just starting off or whether you're a seasoned entrepreneur, I've been doing this for 10 years, it still comes up. This is something that you need to learn how to neutralize and how to deal with because you're going to have it. And I don't want it to stop you. So that's the whole point of really, empowering you with some of these tools that you can use in your business. My goal for you is to help activate you. I'm an activator and I'm a truth teller, and I'm here to really activate you to unlock your gifts, unlock your power. And in doing that, helping you shine your light to consistently call in your soul clients that are waiting for you right now. But if you have fear and your nervous system gets frozen in fear, if anybody can relate to that, if you get an opportunity or something comes across you and you have to step out into the unknown, if you freeze, that's a nervous system response that we're going to talk about today. There are many layers to fear. And so we're going to dive into that a little bit today. Oh, I accidentally did something over here. Okay, yes, your tools have helped me so much. Thank you, Jennifer. You're so sweet. Okay, so I wanted to just share this quick. Actually, I need to go in here. Let me just pull this up because I wanted to share this with you. I'm going to be sharing some different concepts, but this is really, this is what I've been studying over the past 10 years. What I found is that your energy controls 95% of your results in business. And I'll tell you what I'm talking about here when I talk about your energy. So your energy comprises your subconscious beliefs, which you are programmed from birth to age 7 with all of your foundational beliefs about who you are, what your identity is, what you're allowed to do or not allowed to do. As an example, I was always taught, to suppress my emotions, that it was bad if I cried, especially if I cried in public. I would actually get physically punished if I did that. So you get programmed, right? All of these, I show you a picture here to really give you kind of a tangible thing to look at. But this is what's happening. Your energy is, radiates, a typical aura radiates around 3 feet around your body, right? So your energy is holding all of these different things, the subconscious beliefs, the stories about what's possible for you. A thought is an energy form. We can measure that through EEG waves, right, in the brain. We can measure your heart energy on an EKG. Even though you can't see it, it's measurable. It's there. What's also in your aura is your money programming, what you think you're worthy and deserving of receiving. Any past trauma. So you might have a fight, flight, or freeze response, or even fawn whenever something is triggering to you in your external environment. So oftentimes people who have gone through trauma, right, myself included, whether it's, you had a parent who got divorced, or you had a traumatic experience in childhood, or you had sexual, physical, mental, emotional abuse, any of those things. And really, honestly, a trauma, it doesn't have to be, something like you were physically beaten. It could be that your nervous system went into this response that it went into fight, flight, freeze, or fawn, right? So your nervous system gets conditioned over time to react in a certain way as a form of protection. So if you're going into entrepreneurship and you're going into the unknown, oftentimes these responses come back up, right? The unconscious fears and negative consequences that you might not even be aware of, how you see yourself, the nervous system patterns, the blocks, the unworthiness, all of the things that I'm able to really tune in very quickly and help you to shift. So we're just taking one slice of the pie today, one nuance of this, because I want to help you with one of the biggest things that I see hold people back, and that is fear. So I just wanted to give you that quick picture so that you could see, all of the things that comprise your energy field. And I still see, yes, awesome. I see some comments coming through for me. I should be content with where I'm at and not push for more or want freedom in my life. Yeah. So if you were taught that, oh, well, like, honey, you got to be a good girl. You got to sit down and be quiet and just follow what everybody else is doing. Oh, and raise your hand in school, because if you have to go to the bathroom, you have to raise your hand. We were literally conditioned this way. In pharmacy as well, or in, if you're a nurse, if you're a doctor, whatever profession, oftentimes we are conditioned this way to suppress our feelings. Oh, well, yeah, you can't have a lunch break because you have a doctor call in line too, right? All of these things condition us, and we get into these hyper vigilant states and this hyper arousal state in your nervous system where you have anxiety constantly, where you feel like you always have to be on, where your body literally does not know how to relax. Even if you go to meditate or you say, oh, well, I know I have to rest, it's a nervous system response, right? And so this is the work that I do with my clients, especially deeper into the one-on-one work, because it's way beyond mindset. Your nervous system is set up to survive. And so if you're not looking at the root cause, we just talked about functional medicine, right? Looking at the root cause, you can say affirmations all day. It's not going to matter. You need to work on the subconscious body. You need to work on, healing through a lot of these things that I'm talking about here. And one of them is fear, right? The fear of being seen, the fear of success, the fear of failure. That causes you to freeze, right? If you say, all right, well, I want to start a business. I want to expand and do something different. Oftentimes your nervous system freezes. And it's like, oh, I can't do that because it wasn't safe at one time. That is a response from the past. That's now literally controlling your destiny. So one of the things that I want you to do is to think about where you are. This is the first step. I'm going to teach you two things today. The first thing I want you to do, if you have a piece of paper, I'll give you a couple of minutes to go get a piece of paper. Makes sense. Yes, I see some people joining here. I saw this in the email. Have to catch the replay. Yes. Let me just make sure too that no one else requested to join, because I might have, yeah, okay. I had a feeling that someone else was waiting to get in. Okay, so I just accepted that. Cool. Get a piece of paper, and on one side of the sheet, I want you to write down what is your current situation. So maybe as an example, you're a pharmacist and you're working in retail, and right now you know that you have some fears. You have a fear of being seen. You have a fear of shining your light. You have a fear of overwhelm, a fear of failure, whatever those fears are. Write that down on the left-hand side of the paper and come back to this later and really take intentional time with this, because this is a really powerful exercise to kind of bring some of those subconscious fears and negative consequences to the forefront so that we can clear them together. So write some of those down and then write them in the comments, because we're going to be doing something in step 2 here. Yes. Okay. So what is your current situation? What are some of the fears that you have about scaling a business? So if right now, it doesn't matter where you are. If you're just starting off, if you are, somebody that's scaling, say, from like $2,000 a month to $5,000, what is a fear that's happening as you think about scaling to $5,000 a month? Is it something like, I'm afraid that I'm going to get overwhelmed. I'm afraid that I won't have enough time for my family. I'm afraid that if I grow, I won't relate to my husband anymore. So there are all these negative consequences that we don't think about that are preventing you from stepping into, maybe it's investing in yourself, or contacting someone like Lauren, or taking that next action in your business. So write that on the left-hand side. And then on the right-hand side, write out your desired reality. What is it that you're wanting to step into? So say as an example, it doesn't have to just be income, by the way. It could be, by mid 2023, I want to be part-time in my pharmacy job and full-time in my business, or whatever it is for you. So you have on the left side, what is your current reality? Right side, what is your desired reality? And then I'll give you a second because I know everybody's always like, you're so fast, but I'm so excited and I just want to hear what everybody's goals and desires are. So write what your desired reality is on that right side. And then the bridge in between those two worlds, right? Your current reality, your desired, those are the fears. So there is always, if you don't already have that reality, there's typically an unconscious fear or a negative consequence. So like I was saying before, I'm just going to use this as an example because it's, money is just the easiest thing in my mind to compare it to. So say you're at $2,000 a month right now in your business and you want to get to 5,000. What is the fear that you have? Is it, oh, I'm going to have more responsibility and I won't be able to manage the money? Is it, other people are going to be jealous of me because now I'm successful? Is it something like, I don't want to outshine my sister or my brother or whoever it is? These are the unconscious things that are keeping you stuck in this current reality. So write that out. Let me know in the comments. Here we go. Perfect. Fear of failure, need for security, structure, how to start a business. Okay. Minus fear of being seen. Yes. Whoever that is. I get that. I get that big time. I was like that too. I really do. And oftentimes the fear of being seen sometimes can come back to when we're holding on to frequencies of shame. Like for me, I had shame around my identity and who I was because, again, I always got criticized for being so sensitive. And so I had to heal through that and I had to move through that. So yeah, I really feel that. Fear that I won't have enough money to support my business, not enough clients. Yeah, that's a real fear. Was as a caregiver. Yes, 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 yes. Lauren, thank you so much for sharing that. Yeah, healing process. Yes, a comparison, feelings of inadequacy. Yeah. Here's a financial and the feeling of not knowing what I'm doing. Yes, 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 yes. So the more that we can just kind of speak these things out, it just, when we hide when these fears are kind of hidden, it has more power over you, right? So when we bring this to the light, and that's really, I'm really a healer. That's, I'm a business coach, but really I'm a healer first and foremost. When we bring that to the light to heal, that's how you begin transmuting this. So I love that you're all just putting it out there and this is a safe space to do that. Yes, it's an incredible opportunity. Yes, functional medicine. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, so with that in mind, I want you to have your fears, whatever those fears are, and come back to this. Come back to this video and rewatch this because I want you to have the framework for the second part of this that I'm going to teach you. And Jennifer, you're in Elevate Entrepreneur Academy, so this is what we do. We, really bring the fears to the forefront, and then we tap. We do EFT tapping, emotional freedom technique, which helps you to neutralize the fear because the fear right now has a charge, an energetic charge that is stopping you. And it's keeping you small and safe, right? Safe in the old familiar, I need to have financial security. I need to have this. Oftentimes there's that black and white thinking, right? Like I need to either have this and total security or I can be full-time in my business. What if there's like a step-by-step process where you make incremental upgrades and eventually transition to full-time? That's what I did. So we're going to work with your nervous system and help you to neutralize some of these fears, and you can use this in your business. So the setup for this works on the meridians of the body, your energy system, the meridians of the body, and it works on the subconscious mind. That's what I'm trying to say. So the setup for it is, even though blank, whatever the fear is, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. So even though, and you can just start doing this with me. So just tapping, just follow along. You can say it or not say it. You can just literally absorb the words. So I'm just going to go around and just tap and just show you the positioning. It says tapping on, this is actually the worry point right here. So if you have worry and you're like, I'm just so worried about this right now, this is the stomach meridian. So you can just tap right there. And for my earth energies, if you know that you're an earth element, this helps with worry big time. So even though I am afraid of failing, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. So that's kind of the setup for what we're going to be going through here. And I'm just going to say some more general fears that I see and that I hear from people, and we're going to just work through this together. So let's just start to, just follow me along, follow along with me here. So even though I'm afraid of not being perfect, and I'm not sure how I'm going to grow my business because I have the fear of failure, and that if I'm not perfect, that I can't get clients. That's a big one. It's a big fear. I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Even though I feel like I'm not qualified enough or that I'm not good enough, that's a big one. Or I'm not X, whatever that is, smart enough, pretty enough, thin enough, whatever. A lot of people have that I'm not outgoing enough, right? We have all these unconscious fears. I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Even though I feel like I'm not far ahead and that I'm just really far behind, and I feel like I'm afraid of being seen for being criticized and judged because I've been judged in the past and it was painful, or I'm afraid of rejection from potential clients. I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Even though I feel like I'm not good enough to charge for my services, or I'm afraid of raising my prices because will people think I'm greedy, or I will seem ungrateful. These are all ones that I've heard before. I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Okay, shake it out. These are all just the fears, right? The fears that we have. Shaking off the energy. So even though I blank, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. So this is the deeper work that is going to help you scale. It's not just coming on live and doing it one time with me, right? It's being consistent and also really setting up systems and structures to set yourself up for success. This is the work that I do with my clients and the work that we do inside Elevate Entrepreneur Academy, which is my signature group offer that is a game-changing course that helps you transition from burnt out pharmacist to lit up healer entrepreneur. It accelerates the path because of this deeper inner work that we do. And Jennifer can tell you she's seen the results, and it's really incredible because people don't often think, they're like, oh well, I just need to go put myself out there, or hire a marketing coach or hire a business coach. And then they do that, but then they're not realizing, like I said, that literally this is running your life. This is running your results. So if you're trying to put yourself out there, but then you have the fear of being seen or the fear of being criticized, then you're going to hide away. You're going to play small. You're not going to, charge what you're worth. All of these things are as a result of your energy and how you were programmed and the things that you were taught and how you should be and all of that. Really, the transformation work is deprogramming all of the programming that you were taught so that you can become who you're meant to be, to shine your light and to call in consistent clients that need your magic. That is the whole point of doing this inner work, because when you unblock whatever's happening in here, whether it's unworthiness, imposter syndrome, people pleasing, perfectionism, your life naturally unlocks. And that's how you start scaling a business. So what I always teach is that you need both the energetic transformation along with smart systems to scale your business. And so that's what I'm inviting you into. If you've been watching me, if you're like, I know I've been kind of like, hovering over in Elevate Entrepreneur Academy, or if you're wanting to dive even deeper into one-on-one coaching, that's what I'm here for. I'm here to hold you in this healing process so that you can shine your light and become more of who you really are. And yes, there are fears that come up because you're not used to maybe, going into this realm of the unknown and maybe, leaving your pharmacy job and slowly, incrementally stepping into being a full-time entrepreneur. But that's what I'm here to help you with. Consistently, yes, absolutely. Love this exercise. Awesome. I'm so glad. Can't wait to get into the academy. Oh, cool. I don't know who that is, but yes. Awesome. So I did want to share a little bit about Elevate Entrepreneur Academy and just the intentional things that I've set up in there and why it is successful, and it's going to help you to accelerate the path into full-time entrepreneurship because I layer it with so many different levels of support. So you get monthly calls with me to ask questions. We do, as an example, we're doing a live call next week on creating your low, mid, and high tier offers for your business. So if you look at successful people, they all have multiple streams of income. So it's not that they're just getting, from, coaching or pharmacy or whatever it is. I teach you how to do that and how to do it and set up systems and technology so that you don't have to, spend a bunch of time like promoting it and putting it out there and letting technology actually sell for you and having your energy sell for you. So that's our topic for next week. So if you're ready to dive in, message me after this Facebook Live. I'm more than happy to just, have a conversation with you to see if it's an aligned fit for where you are in your business. And yes, I see Eleni. Yes, I love it. Ashley, yes. Oh, it was Ashley that said that. I love it. Multiple streams is where it's at. Absolutely. Yeah. So, as an example, I have, I think, 15 different sources of income. And so because your business has dips, right? It's not always going to be like riding this high. So during those periods where I may not have as a high of a month, I have multiple sources of income. And so I teach you things like that inside Elevate Entrepreneur. So you have monthly calls, you have an accountability partner. I also have a weekly Q&A thread where you can go and ask any questions that, say that you have a question about tapping or something like that, or, hey, how do I market to my audience? I have all of those, opportunities in there to really be of a support for you so that you're walking this journey with other pharmacists who get you, who want to see you shine. And even on the days when you're like, oh, like my life sucks right now and I'm really struggling, you can lean on that group to hold you and to hold the vision with you. You also get tons of trainings on releasing blocks. I take you systematically through, video content and really specific things that you can do, like tapping. That's just one thing. Again, today we just talked about one slice of the pie. And it's it's well broken down into just a step-by-step, hey, this is how you start clearing these blocks and some of these things that are coming up so that you can sustainably scale a profitable business. And that is really what I want for all of you. I want you to be able to really shine your light and to consistently call in your soul clients who are waiting to pay you abundantly. So if that is something that you're like, hell yeah, I want to explore that with you, just private message me after this. We'll talk and we'll see, how I can help you to scale your profitable business. But this has been an amazing Facebook Live, an amazing First Healers in Healthcare show. Thank you so much. Yes. 100 miles an hour. Wow, that's pretty fast. Yes. Okay, so message me. I can't see who you are because it just says Facebook user, but message me and we will definitely chat after the live. Yes, Eleni, I love your energy. Oh my gosh, how am I going to pick winners now? There was Jennifer. God. All right, so this is what we're doing. All of you, I'm giving you I'm going to have to just raffle this off. So I'm going to have to pick everybody who came on live. I'm going to just raffle off that book and I'll send you out a really beautiful book package. But the rest of you who came on live, you're going to be getting my Monetize Your Magic Holiday Edition. So if you want, if you feel comfortable leaving your email or just say, hey, I will, or you could DM me if that's easier for you. I will be sending that to you. So that's typically a $47 cost. I will just be giving that to you for free because, oh my gosh, just so what a great first show. I love it. And thank you all for, God, we have 94 likes. Look at this. Thank you so much for staying on this entire time and for just all of your engagement. I'm going to be doing a giveaway each and every time that I come on live. So feel free to keep coming back every single month. I'm going to be doing this. And yeah, drop your email below and I will just send that to you. So thank you so much for being here. And I will see you on the next Healers in Healthcare show. Bye.